Hi there everybody. Today we're going to make no-cook Play-Doh, a recipe that was kindly given to me by a friend's daughter Kerry, who is a preschool teacher, and it's one that she said is very easy to make. I've used it in the past with my own grandchildren, and it's really a fun recipe to make. So welcome, and let's get started. You're only going to need a few basic ingredients from your kitchen. Most of the things that you will have in your cupboard. We're going to need 1 cup of flour, which we're going to put directly into the bowl. Then we're going to add to that 1/2 cup of salt. Salt is good because it actually acts as a preservative. Then we're going to have to add some cream of tartar. If you don't know cream of tartar, it's something that you normally find amongst the baking aisle, and I don't know, they say on the packet that it's good for cleaning of stains and things, but it is part of this recipe. So we're going to need 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar, which we're also going to add in. So you'll see that we've got all our dry ingredients mixed together right here. And I'm just going to make sure that I haven't got any real big lumps and bumps and give that a mix before I start adding everything else. Let me move that a bit closer. Right, to this we're going to add 1 tablespoon of oil. The oil gives your Play-Doh really nice elasticity, and you'll find if you add it into your mixture at this stage, it combines nicely with the flour. You can see it's formed little globules here, and I'm going to just flatten those out somewhat. Then we're going to need to add into this some warm water. Now the recipe calls for a cup of boiling water, but as you will know if you are a baker, flour varies from country to country and it absorbs different amounts of actual water. So I wouldn't add it all at once. Just start adding it slowly, and you ultimately want to end up with a mixture that looks like a nice ball of bread dough, something that's not going to be too sticky. So slowly start to combine it, adding a little bit of water at a time. If you were making large quantities of this, you could add your food coloring in at this stage to dye your Play-Doh, but I prefer to actually make one batch and then divide it up and add different colors to that. Otherwise I find I end up with just too much. This recipe is a really fabulous one because you can keep it in an airtight container and store it in your fridge for about 2 to 3 weeks. So your children can have a lot of fun with it in the meantime. Okay, just keep making sure that you scrape the moist part off your spoon so that it combines nicely with the others, and scrape down the sides of your bowl too, just so that this gets combined nicely. You can see I'm just going to press the dry flour and salt into the mixture. The actual mixture itself at this stage is still a little bit dry, so I'm going to slowly add in a little bit of moisture. And you'll find because you're adding in warm water that it's actually going to start to soften down the salt, so it won't have a very grainy texture once it's finished. You can see it's starting to come together quite nicely, maybe just another drop or two so that it's not so lumpy. There we go. Oh, excuse me. And that's coming together nicely. Now I've used probably 2/3 of a cup of water at this stage. So my mixture is nicely combined. And if I push it off the spoon, you'll see it's not sticking to anything. And if I'm taking it in my hands and I'm starting to actually combine it with my fingers, it's starting to get nice and elastic. You want to work it with your hands so that it's nice and smooth, and you can see it's getting quite a nice soft silky texture as I'm working. Right, so there we have plain Play-Doh. Excuse me. So there we have plain Play-Doh, and in the next video I'll show you how to color it.